Hey guys, Katie here from Mitza Creek Farm, and today is a good news, bad news kind of day. So I'm down here in the high tunnel and we will start with the good news. So right behind me, let's see, it's the middle tomatoes. Those ones have some ripe tomatoes on it. I'm not quite sure if you can see down there, but we have our first ripe red tomatoes as well. So I'm gonna pick those right now and show you how our high tunnel is looking and show you all of the tomatoes and zucchini and everything so far. So these yellow pear are looking amazing. They are officially the first ripe ones. I'm not quite sure though if that's supposed to be green. So since I have tons of yellow pear, I am going to leave those for another day or two and see if that little part right there just turns a little bit more yellow. But then over here, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It is so nice to look in and see red tomatoes in here because there's green tomatoes everywhere and everything is green. So it feels wonderful to have ripe tomatoes. I'm gonna harvest these right now, and over here in our zucchini, we've been harvesting probably 6 zucchini a day. Definitely we have an abundance of zucchini. So the other day I was showing you guys my pruning, and that really helped the plants a lot, I feel. It really started putting off more smaller zucchini and started budding more. And you can see there where I pruned, but it's grown another foot since I pruned it. So that is great. This guy has 2 different vines growing off of it, and that is almost ready to pick. We definitely have plenty of zucchini. I'll be able to pick that one and probably that one and that one right there, and this one as well tomorrow. And look at that little bugger. Oh, dang it. So just by looking here, I got some holes in there and a hole there and a hole there. So we are gonna have to spray these cucumber plants because obviously we have some cucumber beetles in here. So I'm gonna get these taken care of this evening and get them out of here. When I pruned these the other day, I did find a few, but I thought I had gotten them all. Obviously not. Could even be some eggs that I missed. So I will spray those when the sun goes down so I don't need to worry about the leaves burning, and get that taken care of. And if they're here in the high tunnel, I should go double check out in the pumpkin patch that's next to here just to make sure. Now over here, our beans are coming up fabulously. And cherry tomatoes, Brad's Atomic Grape, Barry's Crazy Cherry, they're all looking great. Nothing really ripe yet. Those were the last plants I planted though, so really that's no surprise that they would be a little bit behind everything. So the Brandywines are looking great and they're just starting to turn. I saw a few of them. They must have been over on that end. They're just starting, so we should be getting Brandywines within the next week, I would say. And you can see there the Amish paste are also starting to turn and they're looking great. I do need to come in and trellis some more. I feel like I'm constantly trellising and pruning, but they grow so quickly. This is our first time growing tomatoes on a larger scale like this, so it just is catching me off guard. Haha, perfect. That came off perfectly. That one's still a little orange, so I'm gonna leave that one be. And that one over there still has a little bit of orange on it, so I'm gonna let that one be. So I'll come down and pick these guys probably tomorrow. I have been waiting for these since last September, October, I don't know, whenever we got the last of the tomatoes from last year. I've been waiting ever since. But now on to some bad news. Last night we had a freak accident on our farm. We were out working with the rams, and we've been working with them so that they're a little more tame and willing to come to us and that kind of stuff. We want them to be able to come to us without like being flighty and running away, but we also don't want them too familiar with us. So it's been a slow process. And our 4-horn ram Lars went to go eat a treat that we had for him, and it was an alfalfa cube, and we break those up really, really small. And it looks like he just swallowed it, and he didn't actually chew it at all, and he choked. So we caught him, and we did everything we could to save him, but unfortunately we weren't able to save him. So that was a very rough experience. Owen and I and Lily and sometimes Beck were working on him, and Sydney was helping us like keep the goats away and going and getting us stuff that we needed and all that kind of stuff. So she filmed part of it, so I will include that here. And I think she narrated some too. If not, I'll splice it all together so you guys can kind of see what happened and what was going on. But yeah, that's a tough blow for us, especially considering that we were going to use him for breeding. So that really sucks. So there's nothing that could have been done to prevent that other than not giving him the treat. But he's eaten it many times before and has been perfectly fine. So it just kind of is a freak thing. And you know, I've heard people talk about how the alfalfa cubes are bad, but we broke them down a lot. So and they would be just little tiny flakes of the cube, and so we figured that was okay. Obviously not, and so we're not going to be feeding those to our animals anymore. The alfalfa cubes that we have left, we're actually going to soak before we give to anybody, and then just switch over to pellets or alfalfa hay. We bought alfalfa hay for next year, so we were just using up what we have. And the rams, it's a good treat that we can give them, little tiny amounts of, because it's not the best for them, but they will come to it and they know what it is. So that just is a big disappointment, and we all feel horrible about it. But it is farm life, you know, that kind of stuff does happen.
Hi guys, I don't know if you're going to see this or not because, well, you'll find out if you do see this. But one of our lambs, it started choking on something and we were not able to save it. So we took some video. I don't know if it's going to be uploaded, but if it is, here's this introduction. So, yeah. So currently, I'm going out to open the gate, and so I was making supper, and our oven is not working, and so it took like an hour to get to 350, so our food is still cooking, and it's like 8:30, so we all have not eaten. Called my uncle and my grandpa. They know like what they're doing with butchering animals and stuff. They weren't able to come out, so we called my other grandpa. He knows how to process or butcher deer, so we called him so that we can have like some direction. It's not going to be the same, but it's better than nothing, because the last time My mom butchered a deer. It was a long time ago. She hasn't gone hunting in a while. Same with my dad, if he's ever butchered a deer. I got the gate open. But from what, we are trying to save the meat, so that's why it's kind of like an emergency. We're trying to save the meat. Oh, and another thing, my grandpa that's coming, he lives like 20 minutes away. So he should be here any minute because we called him like half an hour ago. And hopefully he's bringing his stuff, his sharp knives, because let me tell you, we have 0. And some of us got a little mad that we had no sharp knives. He's here. I was told to come check on some animals. Are you turkeys doing okay? Are you doing okay? Yeah? Well, that's good. Wooshas, you doing okay? You doing okay, Remy? Hunter, are you doing okay? Hi. Hi. Hi, cutie.
You guys want to clean off that table so you can set the height on it? Or maybe you won't be able to.
So I like to think that it's because I have many skills and I can be used all around. But I've been asserted as runner. That's what I am at my work on Saturdays, and that's what I'm doing here now. I'm going to check on the animals. I'm going to put food, do the food. I'm going to go grab knives. So I'm like all over, and I'm the only one videotaping. So I'm sorry for all of this randomness. Hey Theo, are you doing okay? Yeah, you can go out in a little bit. Yeah. We put Theo in this stall right here anytime somebody comes over, or like now when there's meat out, because Theo we have a thing where the dogs stay in a certain area or whatever. Theo does not have that, and he will go over and eat the meat. We know that from past experience. Patches, come on. Come on, Patches. Come on, Pixie. Pixie's so cute. In you go. Don't go up to the barn. No, I said don't go up to the barn. Hey. They're going straight up to the barn. Oh, she stopped. Oh, good. They're not in the barn. Here's a lovely video of me struggling. No, Patches, not in the barn. To open the gate. She stopped at the barn. Also, do you see the moon? Probably not. It's so pretty. Patches, I specifically told you not to go in the barn. Come on, Pixie. Patches, I should have shut this beforehand, but I didn't think they would go into the barn, because they never go into the barn. Come on. Good girl. Oh, you thought you were getting grain, didn't you? You didn't need to fill out your water. I'll get you water. Come on, Pixie. Come on. Just take a few more steps. Thank you. That wasn't so hard.